Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats presented by WeTV. In this series, we have been interviewing some of our amazing student athletes here at WCU. But there's one huge part of the football and basketball games we have not had on the show until today. Today's guest is Jacai Germain of our Pride of the Mountains marching band. How are you today, Jacai?
I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being here today, starting off Pride of the Mountains strong.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do in the band.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Jacai Germain. I am a snare drummer in the Pride of the Mountains marching band, and I'm also a snare drummer in Purple Thunder. I love being a part of the marching band. I enjoy it a lot. It's great, and I enjoy the family aspect most of all. And all my friends that I've made from the first time being here, way even before class started my freshman year during band camp. That's where it all kind of started, and we all clicked, and we grew from there. I've made great friends all throughout the seasons, from this season, last season, and my freshman year. So.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that's been kind of a big theme of the interviews is that family feel, because a lot of the athletics teams and Western in general, honestly, has that like family kind of feel. But I kind of did want to know what that looks like in the band when the band is like 400, 500 members.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Best thing that I really was told and what I kind of come to understand and what's expected now is to respect everybody because, everyone comes from different backgrounds, there's different like ways and viewpoints of life. You got to really understand just respect, you know what I mean? Because everyone's different, and if you vibe with someone, you vibe with someone, and that's awesome and that's great, but if you don't, try your best to still get along with them as well because, again, it's a lot of people, so.
Yeah, it's important to still have that respect even if you don't vibe with somebody. It's still good to have that, especially when you're going to be around them in band.
All the time.
Yeah, pretty much. If you don't mind, could you share a memorable moment from your band career at Western?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of memorable moments from, going to Inca or like hosting TOC. Those are like just like really, really great things. And recently we actually had a percussion clinic this past weekend. It was the 21st of September, funnily enough, and we had a director from Boston Crusaders, the percussion director there, Colin McNutt, and also the United Percussion front ensemble arranger, Matt Blood. They came and helped us out with teaching the high schoolers how to orient things, and that was one of my favorite memories. But my all-time favorite memory is when we went to go to Ireland. This past year, it was truly something special. Not a lot of college bands get to even like go overseas, let alone get to go to Ireland. Perform in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So I think that was a really grand opportunity, and I loved it. Getting to do things you don't normally do in America, having a lot of fun, meeting a lot of new people, and just overall enjoying the culture and learning a lot.
Yeah, that's one of those things that as soon as I heard that all of you got to go to Ireland, I was like, oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah.
And then as it got closer, everyone that I knew in the band just keeps talking about it and getting ready for it. So yeah, super exciting. I can definitely see that being memorable. I was wondering if that would be the one.
Yep.
Makes sense.
There it is.
For that percussion clinic, did you play September?
No. That would have been suiting. But no, we just hosted it it was mainly just for the high schoolers, just teaching them how to get better, because that's what it was all about at the end of the day. So
yeah, that's something that I've also seen a lot with the band is there's a lot of those like the clinics and the exhibitions across different places in the area, and that's something that I think is really cool because getting to kind of pour into the high schoolers that want to go to that same level that Pride of the Mountains is at.
Yeah, and they absolutely can. Yeah.
What keeps you motivated to get up for band all throughout the busy seasons?
So one thing that motivates me personally is just doing the activity. At first I never really understood drumming. I tried to get into it when I was younger, but it's mainly the people, man. It really is. Just like I was very fortunate enough to have great friends in the activity, and getting to meet these amazing people that just taught me a lot of life lessons that I still carry, not even just in band. So like one thing that I really, really enjoy is getting to be with the people I love. You know what I mean? Getting to have laughs. You know what I mean? And we go through hard times like every family does, but at the end of the day, I'm learning something and I'm taking that with me back in life. So.
Yeah, and it all comes back to the family feel. It's really important and, again, special here at Western, I think. So moving on from the more band-focused part of this to the more you as a student, because that's what a lot of these interviews are also focused on besides just that family feel. What are you studying and what made you choose that major?
Right. So I'm a junior here at Western, and I'm also in the CMI program under the music, my with a focus in percussion, and also I'm also in the drum set studio as of right now. So I get to do both being in the percussion studio and also the drum set studio. It's a lot of work, but I'm learning a lot in both just primarily drum set and also like playing things like vibraphone and marimba and also multi percussion, concert snare drum, things like that.
What made you choose to go into that program?
I never really wanted to do anything besides music, to be honest. Coming out of high school, I mean, I never had an interest for like engineering or being a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that. I just wanted to stick to music and just have that be my forefront in life. So,
Yeah, definitely makes sense when you're a part of the band and music is what you do.
yeah.
So how do you manage your time between academics and band?
Excellent question. Sometimes it's very hard because a lot of things kind of move around and switch around, especially being a music major and also being in the band. It can be very tough to like, but you have to be able to throw the punches. I feel like sometimes like it'll be tough, and being a music major, doing a lot of things outside of just, being in my major as well. You have to be really, really smart with your time management and being able to adjust quickly, very quickly, and also being able to drop some things you might want to do, but rather doing things that you need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And kind of building off of that, what kind of challenges come with that extra commitment of traveling for band?
A lot of the challenges, I mean, it's not too bad. I haven't really had a difficult time with the travel, experiencing or anything like that. I think when I was because I have motion sickness, when I was in the airplane going to Ireland, that was kind of tough. But I got over it, and also the jet lag. But in terms of locally, I think that we do a pretty good job of just transporting and making sure everyone's accounted for and everything like that. So that hasn't been too bad.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
And how has being a part of the band shaped your college experience?
I mean, like I said earlier, it was the first thing I did when I got here, band camp, and then meeting all of my band friends, and then going out and practicing every day. People are always like, "Oh, I saw you practicing over there. I saw you over there." It really has instilled discipline in me, and it shaped kind of like what I wanted to do for like these past 3 years going into my 4th year next year. So,
yeah. And yeah, with the seeing around campus with percussion, especially the drum wall in the center of campus.
Oh yeah, that's a staple, man. Yeah. People walk by and they're like, they're still drumming out there at like 11:30. I was out there last night at 11:30. It's a culture thing too as well. So
yeah, but I think the latest I've seen anyone out there is like 12:30 at night. I'm like, that's really late.
Yeah.
Gotta stay practicing.
Got to. Grind don't stop.
Yes, for sure. So moving on from the student or the band side to our lightning round, just kind of some short little questions for some short little answers. So what is your favorite class you've had at Western so far?
Favorite class I've had at Western so far? I would have to say that the percussion ensemble class that I've had is very enjoyable. I love what I'm doing in that class every single time I'm taking it. We always have really cool pieces, and then we perform them towards the later half of the semester, each semester. And it's just really cool to be able to practice something like that you don't normally see often, and being able to put that art form out and show the people what we do in that class. So I really love percussion ensemble. It's a good class.
Shout out percussion ensemble. If you could add any popular song or artist to the halftime show or to a future halftime show, what or who would it be?
It's a good question. That's kind of tough, but I think it'd be really cool to see The Weeknd at some point. That's kind of I know it's really ambitious, but I think it would be really cool to have The Weeknd because, I mean, he already has a lot of like hype songs, that you hear in like the club or like, at parties or whatever. So I think it would be really dope to have The Weeknd be a part of the halftime show. I think that'd be really cool.
Shout out to The Weeknd. See if that can happen. What is your favorite sports team other than anything at Western?
Favorite sports team other than Westerns? I got to be selfish. I'm from Boston, so like I got to represent the Celtics. I've grown up watching them all throughout my life, and my family has as well. I got to say for basketball, definitely the Celtics. Yeah, and also the New England Patriots as well. So I'd have to say those two teams are my go-to. That doesn't make me a bandwagon, by the way. So
there we go. And then last question of the lightning round: what is your favorite post-game or performance meal?
Favorite post-game meal? Honestly, you gotta go to El Patron.
Do it.
You gotta go to El Pat because like, you know, it's just good food, man. Like it's warm and it's ready for you, and they got a variety of stuff over there as well, you know. So shout out to El Patron for always having us after the games. Even if it be really crowded, man, they still take care of us well. So thank you to El Patron.
There we go. Yep. Did the shout out for me too.
Perfect. I already knew, man.
Yeah, of course. And then last question to kind of tie everything together. What is the best advice you've received as a student in band, and kind of in turn, what advice would you give to an incoming student that wants to be a part of POTM?
Embrace the suck. Embrace the suck, because here's the thing. In life, you know, you're going to be thrown a lot of challenges. A lot of things are going to come up that you kind of don't really expect. You got to be willing, like I said, to roll with the punches. You got to be willing to adjust things, put things aside, add things to your life, be uncomfortable for a while. So that way you can become comfortable being uncomfortable. And then that way you can grow. And that, hence the term, embrace the suck. So I kind of have that as my mantra in my brain. You know, whenever I go through like a hard time, I'm just like, just got to embrace the suck, man, you know? So that's one thing that stuck with me.
Good advice. That closes out our interview with Jacai Germain of our Pride of the Mountains Marching Band. Thank you again, Jacai, for being on today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Alex. Appreciate it.
Of course. And we'll see you next time, and go Cats.
Cats.